What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, as I'm fixing up my scroll speed for the millionth time. We've got in the bottom of the map in the red color playing as Oranos. His name is Kimo. His opponent today in the blue color playing as none other than Poseidon himself. It's Matreiuss. And the map is Alfheim, and I believe that this was part of the Meta Plays final. So, what that means is these guys have been playing some games, some tournaments with meta plays for the past, I don't know how many months. And then they hosted like a final tournament of some description where everyone would jump in, play some more games, and everything else happens and all the good stuff. And basically, depending on your ladder points and how well you did in the earlier tournaments, will decide your seeding, and then it goes on and on and on. So this one was played a couple days ago. So if you guys want to actually watch what the games were like live, I'm sure Meta Plays has got that up on their Twitch, maybe on their YouTube channel. So go check that out. If you want to just watch it with me for the first time, come and hang out, enjoy the games. We'll see how it goes. We've got Matreiuss here playing Poseidon against the Oranos on Alfheim. I love Alfheim here for Oranos. I think Oranos is a fantastic pick for Alfheim. It's always going to be a difficult time for your opponent. However, this specific Alfheim is looking absolutely beautiful here for Matreiuss. He's got himself a fantastic second town center with a decent gold mine close to the town center, and also a beautiful choke point here. One wall, two walls, and then you're going to be able to defend this with relative ease if you have some army to back it up. So this one might be tough for Kimo. He's going to have to put a lot of effort into denying this town center or potentially forcing out a ceasefire on that town center. So we'll see if that's something that he's going to be looking to do here. He has found himself some caribou over here. We haven't seen Matreiuss has spotted the caribou of his own over here, but it's fairly far away. Probably not going to see him go for it. And definitely the problem here for Kimo is he doesn't know where his hunt is, and he has found it now. There's the deer. So he's going to be able to start sending some villagers over there. Now you can see he's got one citizen on wood, one citizen on gold, two citizen on food, and then the rest of the citizen come over here onto food. These citizens might find themselves on berries later just to make sure he can advance fast. Getting 430 advance time here is very, very important. Matreiuss, on the other hand, he's not doing anything too crazy here, but he does have only two villagers on wood. And what that means to me is he's a little bit worried about getting to the next age and just wanted to make sure that he's going to be able to get there with the lure here. He's deciding he's going to eat this first because of how good this hunt is. So the idea here for Matreiuss is going to be get to the classical age at 430 at the very latest, chuck my town center down immediately, ceasefire if I have to, because once the town center is up, I'm living the dream. I don't particularly care. So we'll see if that's something that Matreiuss is actually going for right now as he's starting to move villagers over onto this location here. Theseus coming out as well very, very early. Matreiuss with just about enough resources to advance here. So he does get his Theseus, and he's going to be advancing at 415 with a Theseus. This is the power of Poseidon. No other Greek god can do it like this. Part of it is, one, you only need one granary. So maybe Zeus and Hades can do this on, say, a marsh. But two, all these villages, no walking time. So he's going up super quickly. We see Kimo chucking up the temple. It is a little bit delayed here, it seems. This temple up a bit late, but he's going to have it. There it goes. There's the Prometheus going up for 30 here. 440 is actually the advance time, but because the temple was delayed for some reason, a little bit late, shouldn't be too much of a problem. But with Matreiuss being very aggressive, nice and early here, he's got his Nose of the Sphinx as well. This is a huge relic in this matchup, to be honest. And he's going to be coming in, starting to love tap these citizens. There are no houses over here, so this is really, really smart by Matreiuss. Able to hit this nice and early. Kimo's going to have to pull back into his base, and he's not going to be on that hunt. This is huge, and it's going to give Matreiuss all the opportunity in the world to get this town center. You can see he's already making his way over there. 3 villagers left on gold. Still needs to get about 45, 50 gold left, so he should have that very soon. But the villager's going to be on this and grabbing that one. Kimo does have an oracle here, checking this one out. So if he basically sees the villagers on this now. So we'll see if he sends his Promethean straight over there or not. I don't believe we can afford a Hippolyta just yet. He does have his 2 favor. Matreiuss does have his 2 favor, but no Hippolyta just yet. There's Prometheus popping. Kimo getting husbandry as well. And there is the Matreiuss Theseus returning back home, realizes he needs to be in his base to defend. And we do see the centaur being a little bit obnoxious over here, as now Kimo has to move back onto cows, as Matreiuss is just getting some super value out of his early game in this game, which is something the Greek players have to do basically to get any sort of advantage against the Oranos player. But second town center coming up, deer will be relatively well secured. The problem here for Matreiuss, and it's not a big problem, but the problem for Matreiuss, a potential problem for Matreiuss, is this chicken, this berry, right next to each other. Seems great. Actually not that great, because Kimo can come through this position here and then just sit here and prevent Matreiuss from gathering from this and this if he wants to. We do see the Hippolyta is out right now. Walls starting to come down for Matreiuss. We see the Oracle has been sniped there by the town center, as the villagers now starting to eat this hunt. This wall important, this wall over here, I'm not sure if Matreiuss is aware or not, but he will probably be walling that one off. We see the Promethean offspring now coming up onto this location. Going to be a little bit of a threat, but 5 damage a second, 80 HP. That is less damage than a villager, which is 65 HP, 8 damage a second. So 8 damage a second will be able to kill off that Promethean before the Promethean kills that. So you can just turn around and shank. We do see this wall just about up now. It does get that one through. The villager has finished that as the hero Murmillo and hero Terma coming in. There's something I've been saying quite a bit, as we see the Kimo walls coming up against Kimo. Something I've been saying quite a bit about Oranos players is that they are preemptively shooting off their Valor too early. You want to get 3 Murmillo with your Valor. Doesn't matter that it's like 15, 20 seconds later, because it just doesn't matter. You don't need these Hero Terma. They don't do anything better than the Hero Murmillo, and the Hero Murmillo is just much stronger. We do see cheeky Shockwave coming down here. That was actually a beautiful Shockwave there from Kimo. Gets 1 villager kill, potentially 2 villager kills here, but it is looking like that villager will make it into the town center nicely. Well played by Kimo. Good defense by Matreiuss, and we are now starting to see the military academy up and the archery range or the stable up. Not just yet, just jumping over here onto these berries, realizing that maybe this hunt was a little bit too overzealous, not as safe as he would have first thought. And we do see 1 Promethean offspring just going to be bashing away at this gate. As the centaur comes in, we'll be able to shoot the Promethean offspring and kill it in 2 shots, and does manage to do so. Kimo doesn't notice, and he loses that one there. So for now, we have to see what Kimo's next plan is here. He's sitting 1 town center. What I would suggest normally in this situation here is you build about 6 units. So you build 3 Murmillo, 3 Terma, and you just grab this town center, you grab this town center, and then you try and hit a Tartarian gate timing, going to the, basically, you hit a Tartarian gate timing and try and secure 4 town centers. Or even, like, yeah, basically that's the idea there. We see some more walls coming up for Matreiuss. He's been very, very obnoxious here, not allowing Kimo into his base at all here, as this wooden wall has been sniped down. He does manage to finish that one off. He's got this wooden wall up, and he's going to be able to get this villager back in. We do see 1 hoplite has been sniped here, as Kimo is very, very aggressive here. 1 town center almost all-inning this gold mine. He does have to be careful, even if he does take off this gold mine, get security of this. There's a gold mine over here that is very, very easy for Matreiuss to go to. So maybe we might have to see some sort of sky passage shenanigans to jump from one side to the other side. So we are now seeing the Promethean offspring coming over onto this location here. Going to be spotting the wall is up, making sure there's no gold villagers sneaking onto that gold mine for some reason. But the gate is still getting taken down. We see more Murmillo are falling. I really don't understand this one here. Kimo is going very, very ham on this location. These villagers should just pull back into the tower here, as he does lose 1. A little bit of a delayed reaction there from Matreiuss. He definitely should not have lost a villager. But now Kimo can just move back and forth here, keep on attacking this one. Hopefully he doesn't just leave, because Matreiuss is, simply put, just going to replace this wall. As soon as he sees the army leave, he's going to replace the wall. We just see one termite coming over here being a little bit obnoxious. More walls coming up here for Matreiuss. This is a tournament after all, and when you play in tournaments, you'll notice that everybody abuses as much as they possibly can. Whatever is within the rules, they try and get as much value out of that, and that's exactly what Matreiuss is doing here, throwing up walls over here. And we do see that Kimo has spotted the opening though. He's going through this location, going to take this one down, see if he can push in. There's still no villagers on this large gold mine here. This hunt is just about up. We are now starting to see some farms coming down for Matreiuss, and a second town center is now coming down for Kimo. I don't particularly like this second town center. You know how I was saying 3 town centers earlier? That's with 6 units. That's much earlier. This town center here is very reminiscent of Army Corps' playstyle, which I think is a little bit dated here. What I would prefer is straight to the heroic age, and we do see that 3rd town center is coming up. So this is extremely reminiscent of Army Corps. This is basically Army Corps' strategy here. So the idea with this is that you get all this early pressure, you get a lot of value, you get all your army out, you put a lot of pressure onto your opponent, and then you're going to be hitting a Titan Age. So you're going for a Titan Age here with Distraction Army. So we'll see if that's going to work for Kimo, if that's exactly what he's going to be going for. I do not know. But essentially just constant pressure in this game as we do see this wall taken down yet again. Matreiuss still hasn't taken much damage here in this game. He's actually sitting in a fantastic location, fantastic position, I should say, as Matreiuss is now 1,000 food, 100-ish gold, still waiting on that 500 gold to get to the next age. And he might even be able to just jump to the Mythic Age first. And that's what I'm talking about with Army Corps' strat was pretty good against 1 town center play. Against 1 town center play, this was what Army Corps would do. But this is 2 town center play. It's a completely different situation. And Kimo is just playing it as if Matreiuss is 1 town center. So we'll see if it's going to work or not. But the thing that is good for Kimo is there's no threat on his town centers anyway. He's completely safe, completely happy. We do see this army now trying to push in, hit these villagers, see what they can do. Kimo coming in over onto this location. Going to see these villagers here and potentially snipe those off as he does. Get 1 villager. Oh, he doesn't quite get it. Yes, he does. Snipes 1 villager. Maybe gets 2 villagers here. Not quite. We see the wall back up yet again for Matreiuss. He is very, very heavy walls here. Nice raid coming in here. Going to be able to pick off a villager or 2, but is losing a couple of units to do so. One thing that Oranos can do in this situation is just come and sit on this town center and prevent these farms from being grabbed for just a little bit here, but he needs to have all his Terma in there as well because they have the high pierce armor. He does snipe another villager. Nice play there. Kimo is going to be getting out of this, and we see the wooden wall here getting taken down, but Aphrodite on the way now for Matreiuss. 2 town center, semi-fast heroic behind walls. He's going to have Curse. He's going to have a Nemean Lion. It's going to be very tough for Kimo to punish. And we also see another part of what makes this so strong here for Matreiuss is he's got Nose of the Sphinx. So his houses are stronger, his gates are stronger, his walls are stronger. Look at that, 690 HP on that wall segment. And now Matreiuss is going to start spamming out all of his military academies and his stables and getting everything started right now in terms of his production. Going to jump straight up to his 130 pop. Kimo is on 3 town centers though, so that is fantastic for him. He's got his farms up, he's got plow, he's got husbandry, he's got hand axe, he's got everything he needs. But we don't see a heroic age coming in just yet. But Kimo, he has a lot of gold in the bank, so he probably could take some villages off of gold. He does have this hunt over here that he could potentially go and eat now. We see this wall coming back up. We've got some catapulties in the mix here. Personally, I don't particularly like catapulties, even though there are Hippocon. It's just because in the heat of the battle, these catapulties, you have to essentially make sure they are targeting down Hippocon, and it can be a little bit painful to do that in the middle of the fight. So Murmillo is just a little bit more consistent here. But Matreiuss, he's in the heroic age. He's got his Nemean Lion. He can curse whenever he wants, and he's going to be able to move out and attempt to secure this 3rd town center, or simply go to the Mythic Age. Personally, Mythic Age here would be lights out, in my opinion, for Kimo. He's going to have to deal with the... Not only would he have to deal with the Nemean Lion that's out right now, but he's also then has to deal with the Chimera, losing a town center, and all the other good things that come from that. The Matreiuss now moving forward. He wants to pull up a military academy here. See this Nemean line getting some hyper value. Curse coming down onto this location, and Kimo will have to retreat. And we do see Kimo just about ready to click up to the next age. We see the third town center now coming down for Matreiuss. Kimo will spot that with his Oracle. No, his Oracle has just been moved over here. As you see Atlanta coming over onto this location to defend. Another military academy onto this location here. And I do like Matreiuss going with the military academies here, because that means he can then go into Hypaspis to deal with these catapultes. The problem becomes when Hyperion hits for Kimo, it's going to be a very, very soon after the Hyperion are we going to be seeing Mythic Age. We're going to be seeing Tartarian Gate, and it's going to be a very, very tough time for Matreiuss to hold against that, as Matreiuss now just retreating back into his little den that he's created over here with his walls and everything else. Over on this location, we see the town center is up, as Matreiuss is now going to be looking to push through over here, and this wall not finished for Kimo. He's going to be able to hit some raids for the first time in the game, basically the first time in the game that Kimo's economy is getting hit. He was hit at the start of the game, but now his gold mine is under threat, and he was going to be seeing Kimo not care about it too much. He's going straight after this gold mine, realizes how important this location is going to be, and potentially a forward temple here with a good raid onto this location over here, hitting this villager, hitting Hyperion. We see the chaos over onto this location here, hitting the Nemean line, hitting these units, as Theseus will be able to deal with that. We've got heavy infantry in now for Matreiuss. These units for Kimo have been taken out, and Kimo's push is not going to be working here. We do see a market up in the corner of the map straight away, irrigation coming through, copper mail and heavy infantry for Kimo. Going to be taking this a little bit slowly here, not going for any kind of crazy all in, no palace forward. I would have loved to see a forward palace with this push here, but didn't go for it, instead pulling back here. And now medium Murmillo against heavy hoplites. It's going to be a tough one, but we will be starting to see some Arcus coming into the fray to help out. That's going to be really, really good. We see more raids coming over onto this location here, as Kimo's going to be trying to macro and micro those villagers away, keeping them alive. Maybe some units over here wouldn't be go astray. We do see heavy archers coming through, as well as watchtowers for Kimo, as this fight is continuing with heavy infantry popping through here. It looks like Kimo's going to be winning this fight, but Matreiuss is basically sacking his army here for time at this point, so he can get this fortress up and hold this location, because Kimo doesn't have a palace up just yet, and he's got nothing really coming out other than units here. A fortress is going to be able to hold this location very, very nicely. Meanwhile, the Atlanta raids still going on strong. We see the Murmillo coming over here, going to try and take down this army, as the Atlanta going to get taken out by these Murmillo if Matreiuss doesn't micro that one. He is sending in some hoplites over here. You can see the hoplites were 143 HP versus 137 HP, 10.4 damage for the Murmillo and 9.6 damage for the hoplite. So it's a very, very close and even fight there in terms of damage per second and survivability and all the other stuff. Nice snipe there onto that villager for Matreiuss. That slows down Kimo quite a bit, but Kimo is getting very, very close to going to the Mythic Age. I think he wants to go to the Mythic Age. He could sell some food, sell some wood, go there right now if he so chose. Get up through Hecate and get some real pressure onto Matreiuss done. As we see the military academy coming up, these villagers over here have snuck onto this location, as Kimo has got some sort of spidey senses tingling, thinking maybe come over here, hit this large gold mine, but these villagers will simply make a run for it. I would have liked to see maybe a wall here and a wall here. Only would have been maybe fine, but these units here getting sniped down. This is a very, very nice play from Kimo, splitting up the army of Matreiuss and trying to fight where his opponent is weak. So we do see some side builds now coming down for Matreiuss. He loves getting these side stables up. One, they are good raiders, late gamers. We're seeing Hecate come through, but two, if you clear them out, that's also militia here. So it's future militia and not just a stable. So now seeing Matreiuss starting to get out some Toxotes here, but Fortified Town Centers coming through for Matreiuss. Hecate, super close. Masons coming through as well for Kimo. He might even be looking for Architects as well, and he's trying to figure out where does he want to put down his Tartarian Gate. Now, the place I love to put my Tartarian Gate down is on an opponent's temple, because sometimes you can prevent them getting that Mythic Age myth unit out, and that can be very, very strong. Now we see the citizen retreating back here into the hometown center. Bowsaw coming through as well. And it is looking like Matreiuss is going for sort of a gold staff here. He's cutting off the top side of the map here. This gold mine over here, he's got some security on. We do see a raid up on this location, and it is looking like Matreiuss will clean this one up. No problems here. Actually, it's pretty close, but it looks like the hoplites are going to be able to trade themselves for Mermillos, and the Toxotes will finish this one off. Completely safe market here now for Matreiuss, and he is making some donkey caravans, which is a bit surprising considering I don't think he could really afford to do that, but he is going through Artemis anyways, and now Kimo still has to figure out where he wants to cast that Hecate. So question now is, does Kimo go Titan Age here, or does he just try and push with the Tartarian Gate? And that's a very difficult question to answer. We see these units walking in over onto this location here, potential Tartarian Gate here, push around the back, push in the middle. Looks like he is going for the Tartarian Gate on this location. This one I don't like so much, because where else can he put pressure? Because this Tartarian Gate distracts the army of Matreiuss for about 30 seconds to a minute. And what can Kimo really do in this situation? Not a lot. He can get out Fanatics, which are fantastic, but he needs to get out some Siege and push through the middles. That's why I like maybe a Tartarian Gate here on this location, and then attacking this town center to get 4-2 town center advantage here. The Tartarian spawn's getting some big value here. We see a Chaos coming down. Definitely don't want to be using your Chaos on anything other than the Nemean Lion and the Chimera, because that can be a big issue, but I guess you have the Lampede, so if you can utilize that one well, you'll be in an okay position. We are seeing that Kimo is deciding he might want to push on this location anyways. Still don't see any Fire Siphon, but one is coming through. We've got Champion Infantry in right now for Kimo, as he is really powering ahead. But Matreiuss has dealt with the Tartarian Gate, hasn't really taken a hit to his economy here. So he's going to be fine, but he is down at 130 population. So this push here might be big for Kimo. We see another palace coming up now, as we're seeing a fortress up on this location here. We see the Lampede. Where is it going? Sit on the temple. The temple looks like it's going to be going down here, but not quite enough. We see the Chimera is already out, as the Lampede has got its spider senses tingling, coming after said Chimera. They're going to walk straight past each other. Will Kimo notice it or not? And Matreiuss noticed it, but Kimo was not looking, as the Chimera just somehow managed to stay alive here after that cheeky exchange. And now we see the archery range just about to fall. The temple is down. The Chimera coming over onto this location. It can easily move in, get a flame breath off here. This could be a big one. Look at how low these HP of these, down to 13 of these archers are. It does so much damage to archers. It's such a huge move there. We do see the earthquake getting cast down on this location, hitting both palaces of Kimo's, and that's going to really put a big stop to Kimo's pushing power, because he doesn't have access to siege anymore. No palaces, no fanatics out, and Matreiuss, he needs to figure out how he's going to be able to make any... Kimo's going to have to figure out how he's going to be able to make any progress in this game. Because if you can't get that 4-2 town center advantage with Atlantean, you simply lose the late game against Poseidon, you lose the late game against Hades, you lose the late game against Zeus, all the Greek gods. It's simply how this matchup goes. And it's looking as if Matreiuss is in a completely fine position right now, as he is pushing through Kimo's forces here. Kimo is running over here into this fortified town center. We see the Chimera taking down some villages as well, as Kimo is scrambling at this point. How many resources in the back? He is getting coinage, carpenters, still trying to produce his units. He's got a lot of military production, but just not at population. Lots of villages, lots of resources in the bank as well at this point for Kimo, but just not fast enough at his production. The palace is up. We're starting to see some Heliopolite coming through for Matreiuss, is going to be able to take down this location here. We do see architects and fortified town centers is out. One villager has been taken down as well. Another villager getting taken down. And the hoplite spam here from Matreiuss is so ridiculously strong at this stage of the game. And you can see he's got basically no upgrades either, just copper shields. And Kimo's trying to make his heavy arcus work. But he has made one fire, so he definitely could be utilizing the fanatics now, just to sort of solidify his position and make sure he doesn't just lose here. Meanwhile, we see the army of Matreiuss say, look, I don't care. I'm not going to keep fighting you here. I'm going to look for your gold mine. If I can cut that off, I win. I know you're not on this gold mine because I've walled it off. I don't know you're not on this gold mine because you could potentially have walked through here, but I'm pretty sure you're not. And he's going to find this gold mine. He's going to take down 5 citizens here, as Kimo does not see this happen at all. all of these citizens are falling. The llama caravans will fall as well. These villagers over here getting pushed off this gold mine as well, but Kimo does look like he might be able to hold on this front, but losing all this gold income is going to hurt so much. Kimo's now 140 or 160 population. Matreiuss is very similarly at 140 of 160 population as well. But there's a forward fortress up. The army quality of Matreiuss is looking very, very good at this stage here. And that Heliopolis pops out. We will be seeing more pressure coming in. We do see the fortress going down here, but that means 6 militia for Matreiuss. He's going to come through. He's going to completely smack through a ton of these units that have just taken down his fortress, and then he's going to be able to take down the fire siphon as well. More militia coming out, another 3 onto this location as the fire siphon trying to retreat away, but will get sniped down here as well, as Matreiuss does look like he has basically initiated a gold starve onto Kimo, who's at 118 of 160 population. These villagers now making their way forward, going to attempt to get onto this gold mine here. This location has been cleaned up here, but the palace is going to be going down very, very soon. Fortress going up. Kimo tapping out. Matreiuss taking the game. GG, well played. What a game there. Nice play by Matreiuss. That was very, very stellar play here. I think the Kimo here, his attempt in this game was maybe a little bit dated. And that's why Matreiuss did so well here. Because I also think that potentially Matreiuss' try here getting this 3rd town center was a little bit too greedy, and I think Mythic Age first is the much safer play. But because Matreiuss went this town center, that allows Kimo to get to the Mythic Age first, which means you can get some very good damage done with the Tartarian Gate. Now, if Kimo had decided to go 1 town center, 6 military units, 3 Murmillo, 3 Terma, into his double town center, and then full population, full steam ahead, feel like that would have been a lot better and a better try here than Kimo going basically full population, 3 town centers, Army Corps style. And then the other thing is, when you cast that Tartarian Gate, it needs to be cast away from where you want to attack. And you need to cast it basically with siege coming through. If you don't have destroyers out already, get Fire Siphon straight away. Don't actually cast the Tartarian Gate straight away. Get your Fire Siphon out first, and then go with the Tartarian Gate. That's very important. Casting it straight away isn't that important. It's not the best. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.